Shalom. By now, many of you might know, my name is Symmanayah if you're tuning in for the first time. And I have a channel called White Rose Family that gives more content going forward. But the content I want to put on this page for Symmanayah is geared towards those who want to grow in maturity and set apartness. Whether we believe the same or not, there are some things to do. There are some things that will happen as end times ramp up. So I'm going to present a series of things that we need to take into consideration, things to examine among our leaders, or if you're a leader, things that you should take into consideration to navigate through the most trying of times that's unfolding. This is part 2, and I'm going to call it Chosen and Called because the scripture talks about many are called, but few are chosen. But for what? To do what? What are the expectations? There's a lot of talk about what's going to happen, what is happening in prophecy and end time prophecy this. There's a lot of talk about who's wrong, who's false, who's correct. But you have it upon yourself. You owe it to yourself to examine these dynamics that I present. And I'm putting it in the playlist. I started out with saying end times, things to do, part 1, part 2. And then I pivot to the title of Chosen and Called. So I combined this playlist. So this is the second part under Chosen and Called, meaning these things going to happen. Whether we agree in belief or not, it's going to happen. The question is, are we participating with the right side or not? Here's something to consider that must be done, Yahushua. Identify people. Identify those who are pursuing the will of the Almighty Father, who understand the importance of getting to know one another, and begin actions to become more acquainted, more knitted together, and witness how the Spirit of the Almighty Father, whose word come in Yahusha's name, bind us together, bring us together. A schedule. Start looking at when. Someone talking about, yeah, we're going to leave here, the final exodus, or we moving, or we getting out of California, or we getting out of this city, or this country, or this community. When? What is the schedule? If not, at least put down a timetable of when it starts. What will we be doing step by step, and where will we be going? Look at the other videos in this playlist, things to do, and it will trigger thoughts of things of importance. Assign. Who's assigned to make sure we have seeds? Water. How much water? How long will it last? What food do we carry now? For whom? What about medications? What about specific diets? What about supplies, wood, tools? Who has specific assignments? Who have assignments to leave it all behind and keep going, but have a mind to identify when Yahuah brings someone that has the supplies and someone that does not when he brings us together? Work. What work will be done? From the least to the greatest, everyone has something to do. And we will find that as end times ramp up and get intense, specific assignments, specific work will be expected. Know when to rest. Know when to rotate. Yahushua, oh Yahushua, out of all the disagreements, the disputes, people must be able to identify those who will be with them or you would be with. There will be a schedule of events occurring and unfolding. Know what it is. Lest you find yourselves, we find ourselves in the midst of chaos. Know the assignment. Trust and believe that the person is going to do what is assigned to him and have the ability and or the equipment or the tools and resources to do that. Work. When to work. How long to work. How to help one another and work together. When to rest so that we can begin to start working anew together, working in unison to embrace what is unfolding. Yahusha, I won't spend a lot of time on each individual message, but begin to look at them and have discussions and look at who's just talking versus things in action. Enough said. There's a vision. There are written plans. Find out who have them. Find out whether you are expected to present them. But know this, Yahusha, end times will bring togetherness and unity, and there are things that must be considered and will be implemented. That's all I have for this segment. Identify people, know what the schedule is, identify assignments, work, rest, know when to rotate when it is necessary. End times will prove these dynamics are real, O Yahusha. Ask questions. Reach out. Let us get to know each other. Let us get to share the things that must be done. Enough said. Thank you for listening. Shalom.